make changes and amendments if necessary. But as it turned out, that wasn't necessary, and it just went really well.
You've just run your first campaign for one of your fitness clients. Talk me through a little bit how you've gone from, I know you said you had a rough idea on how to run campaigns, but what was your sort of start to finish process? And I know you've just said you got some amazing results.
Yeah, for sure. So for context, over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, I've been working with, myself and my team have been working with clients in the health and fitness industry anyway. And the service we've offered has originated as like a web design service. And then we built that out into offering content creation and design and branding as well. And Facebook advertising was something that we had always dabbled with. I had always dabbled with. It's not something that I had personally committed myself to in the way of like learning and actually getting good at it. But over the course of 3 or 4 years, I was kind of following and learning from other people that were running Facebook ads successfully. I had a couple of people come and go from our team that would run Facebook ads a little bit, but nothing too serious, nothing too impressive. And for me, it was something that I personally would like shy away from, like being like too involved with, because I'd see it as like a super technical, difficult service to deliver well. And for me, my priority is obviously offering a really good service, and I didn't want to risk like not offering a really good service just because I don't know what I'm doing with something.
Yeah.
And so I kind of like shied away from Facebook ads for a bit. Again, had some involvement over the years. In my mind, I understood.
Sorry, just because that's really like hit me hard, because I think for a good year or so of getting into the whole online space, I was exactly the same. And just subconsciously, I'm thinking, do you think that's because me and you are primary sort of creative people?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, as I said,
From an outsider's point of view, I think Facebook ads, when you do look at it and you get in the business manager, it seems very, very technical.
Absolutely. And I think it is. Like, I think that there is a creative side to it. Of course, because you have the creative for the ads, like the copy, the video, the images, the actual thing, that the actual ads that people see. That is quite a creative thing. There's technicalities involved. There's understanding sort of psychology and biobehavior and things like that you want to tap into. But the rest of it, there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of data, there's a lot of stuff you have, numbers that you need to be able to read and understand and manipulate and and optimize and fine tune and keep on top of. And so for me, I wasn't necessarily really turned off by any of that. I was more than happy to look at numbers. Like it's fine. But I was just, for me personally, I was concerned that I don't know enough about all this. I don't have enough practical on-the-job experience that I think I would need to actually deliver this service myself for a client successfully. And I know that the service we're offering in web design is really, really good. Like, I know that for a fact. Our web design service is really great. Our design and branding service is amazing. Our content creation service is awesome. And Facebook ads was like the missing piece to the puzzle for me in terms of our overall offering for our clients. And I was like, we're offering really great services everywhere else. We've had people come and go from the team that kind of have dabbled in Facebook ads. I've dabbled in it too, but it's not something that I felt we're in a position to, or that I was in a position to really commit to and offer as a service to paying clients that were expecting a certain return. So I kind of shied away from it. Anyway, I kind of, over time passes, I'm sort of frustrated because I'm like, there's more we can be offering here. There's more we can offer as part of our service to our clients. And there's more of a results orientated side to our service that we haven't tapped into yet. Like, branding is great, especially when it's done really, really well, like what we're offering. Websites are great, especially when they're done really well, like what we're offering. But we need to be able to drive more revenue, make more money, get more members and clients and customers for our clients. On the back of setting up a great website, we have to be able to drive traffic, generate leads, and convert more customers. And that is there's organic and paid advertising, but I was like, the service we can offer to fill that gap is Facebook ads. That is an obvious choice. And so anyway, I decided that I'd offer a couple of free trials, essentially. And there's one gym that I got in contact with through a Facebook group I set up as a gym owner. I decided I'd just go for it. I'm not going to charge them anything. If they've got some money aside for ad budget, super, we'll try that. And we'll give it a good go. And in the end, so the money that they set aside was the money that they just made from a new member that signed up to a 12-month contract. So the money they made just from that one member, they set aside as ad budget. And I ran a campaign for them for 2 weeks and ended up getting 40 more of those members sign up, all signing up to the same price, same 12-month term. And so we've got at the moment anyway, there's more people that it's slowed down, but there's more people, more leads that they're still being followed up with. Mm-hmm. But at the time of recording this, we've got 40 more members. We've got a 40 times return on their ad spend, which is crazy for a gym as well. Gym at the time of recording this, gyms have
exactly.
only just kind of reopened from lockdown.
No, I think weirdly enough though, you might be in a very fortunate position with that as well, because a lot of people would have cancelled their gym memberships because of the position we was in. And I think when people cancel gym memberships, a lot of people won't then think, I'm just going to join the same gym, because I think with fitness as well, everyone's searching for the best way to lose body fat or the best gym. So it's always like a hamster wheel, I think. So for the people watching and listening at home, obviously you've said, okay, we've brought on this gym client, we've started running ads for them, they've had this type of budget. What did the whole sort of sales process look like in terms of obviously there's only so much detail you can give within this, but what was the offer? I know you said the budget. How much was you spending on a daily basis? Because like you said, this was the first campaign that you sort of done. So I'm guessing you wasn't throwing tons and tons of that budget at it on a daily basis. What was the creative and the copy sort of like?
Yeah, for sure. So the budget, so I mentioned they took the money that they just made from one member that signed up. The membership is £20 a month. So there's a couple of things here. So the membership was £20 a month. Usually it was £30 a month. The offer was a discounted membership, basically. And it was called the name that they gave the offer was Workouts to Help Out. So in the UK, I don't know how many members how many people in your audience are from the UK specifically, but in the UK we obviously had the Eat Out to Help Out scheme with the restaurants. The offer they put together was Workout to Help Out, which basically their normal membership is 30 quid a month. The Workout to Help Out offer was, instead of 30 quid, it's 20 quid, and that's locked in for 12 months. So if you sign up, it's £20 a month for the whole of the rest of this year, or for the next 12 months. That was the offer. The creative was actually so the copy was taken from a post that the gym owner had made anyway, which was super authentic and organic. And it was a post that they made saying basically how they understand that things are sort of financially difficult at the moment, and how mentioning that the Eat Out to Help Out scheme, and how a lot of restaurants have continued offering that anyway at their own cost because it works and it's bringing people back, and so they want to do their own thing that's similar. And the original copy was just that post, and we just promoted that post. And what we did is the call to action was sending people through a messenger, not a chatbot necessarily. There was an automated initial 1 or 2 messages, that one of which was a link through to signing up to this membership online. But otherwise, then the client would has been and still is following up with leads manually, because a lot of these people, it's quite a close-knit, the actual area, the actual location where the gym is based.
Right, sorry about that. Delivery, Amazon, as always. Sorry, please continue. I shall edit this out.
I think let me get my train of thought back. What was I saying? Obviously edit this out, but.
So you was on sort of the copy for it.
Yeah. So the copy, so just been interrupted, but the copy was basically taken from a post that they'd made originally anyway. Bit of a long form post talking about things that are sort of financially frustrating at the moment, financially difficult. Restaurants have had this eat out to help out scheme. This gym owner has decided to offer a workout to help out offer, similar discounted membership, 12-month commitment. Meaning that over the course of 12 months, each new member that signed up to this was worth £240, so £20 a month. So that was the offer. Copy, just original text written by the gym owner. The actual gym is in a relatively close-knit community, and I think that a lot of there's not too many gyms around, and so people that have been to the gym kind of like know the owner personally, and even if not, actually just having an actual personal connection and authentic relationship with, like, between the gym owner and the potential new member is really powerful. So we had a couple of messages that were automated, one of which was a link through to signing up to this online, so that people could just sign up straight away. But then that then left also room for them to ask any questions and get an actual response from someone, like the actual gym owner, from our client. So on the whole, it worked really well. There was a bunch of people messaging and asking questions, which were responded to quickly. And obviously that's dependent on the client actually being available and on the ball to respond to things promptly, which is a big part of this. Sure. But yeah, it's just a very simple messenger campaign, really, to be honest. Just pushing this ad out to the people that have been engaging with this Facebook page anyway, so they're already quite warm. Using copy that's super authentic and real. And then just pushing people through Messenger, starting the conversation, answering questions, prompting them to get signed up whilst the offer is still valid. Because we ran this over 2 weeks. So we started on the 15th and then it ended on the 30th. And it was said in the copy that this offer would expire on the 30th.
Nice.
So there's a time limitation.
That's another one, guys, is yes, Jonah's offer was really good, right? So firstly, the offer was a sort of mouth-watering offer, what they like to call it. You know, people was already going for the offer alone, but then what they'd done is adding that sort of the what's the word for it, the validation of it, that it's going to end at the end of the month. Adds that intensity to the offer of like, okay, if I don't sign up to it now, at the end of the month, I'm going to have to pay £30 a month instead of £20 a month. And people want to save money, people. So if you can put it in a certain way that it's irresistible to them, then they're going to bite your hand off for it.
And I'll add to that as well and say that it is also super relevant as well. Because the Eat Out to Help Out thing had just ended. So the timing of it might have been pretty good as well. But the Eat Out to Help Out scheme that the government was offering for all the restaurants in the UK had just ended, and it's still kind of fresh, I think, in people's minds. And the actual image that we used, the client, is kind of funny, but the client put together like a mock version of that Eat Out to Help Out logo, but changed it to Work Out to Help Out, and it very much looked like the original version. But that was the creative. Really simple, really nothing too over the top. It was just about tapping into using an offer that was relevant and valuable, copy that is authentic and genuine, and just a really simple, clear-cut call to action. And also the audience, we only targeted people that had specifically already been engaging with the gym's Facebook page. So these are people that have either been a member previously and have maybe cancelled during the lockdown. Maybe people that happen to know the owner anyway, but haven't been to the gym. People that just happen to know the gym but have never been. People, because there's a good number of people that had liked the page and that were engaging with content. I don't know how many were previous members or had been to the gym, but that was our target audience. And these people were quite warm as well. I think for the most part, we're targeting people that had actively engaged within the last 30 days. So quite a warm audience, really good offer, genuine, authentic copy, and just a really simple call to action. And we got like a 40 times return on there. on their investment of about £240.
That's wicked. That's wicked. And sorry, you mentioned Messenger as well. So for anyone that hasn't done anything within Messenger in terms of automation and stuff, what were you using to automate that process?
So we were actually just using Facebook's own tools. So the client does also have like a ManyChat account set up, which is a great tool. We didn't even have anything. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
That's it.
No, didn't use ManyChat. Was going to be fair, because we could do what we did with ManyChat, but we could also do it natively in Facebook. So Facebook has got, if you're setting up a messenger campaign, I probably won't explain it very well, but if you're setting up a messenger campaign, then you can, when someone clicks like the send message button on the ad, you can set it up so that it automatically sends like an initial like hello message. So it says like, hey, Olley, thanks for messaging. And then it can send like a question, and you can set up that question, and it basically qualifies or disqualifies people, so that it's so in response to that question, you can give them like a couple of different predefined answers. So it's like, are you interested in yes or no? And if they say yes, and it qualifies them, and it can send them another question that also qualifies or disqualifies. So you can set this up in Facebook that is an automated sequence of question and answer, just to see if they're interested in this. So we just did like, hey, Olley, thanks for showing an interest in our Workout to Help Out offer. Are you interested in signing up? Yes or no? If they say yes, then it sends them a link. If they say no, it says, okay, what else can we help you with? And so it just creates this very simple two-step automation. Ultimately, it gives them a link. If they are interested, they can sign up there. And then if they've got questions, there's room for them to ask questions as well. And they get a manual reply from our client, who is replying quickly. So like within sort of like 20, 30 minutes, I think in most cases, people were getting a good response. But yeah, it's super simple, honestly. And the thing that it's taught me, as someone that already understood, I think, Facebook advertising theoretically, like I had a good understanding of what was possible with Facebook ads, some of the technicalities around how to optimize a campaign and set it up, and what you have to work with, what tools you have to work with within Facebook in order to run like Facebook advertising. I already had a decent understanding, but also as someone that had some limiting beliefs around actually stepping in and doing it myself, I've learned that actually it doesn't have to be as complicated as I think it can look, which is a big thing, because this campaign honestly was really simple for the most part. Didn't require any sort of specialist training or guidance or anything like that. I just took the knowledge and understanding that I already had from the campaigns I've sort of dabbled with in the past and so on, and just applied that properly, and just made a commitment to myself and to the client, not that they knew, but just that I was going to apply myself, and even if things weren't working as well as they could, I'd be available to learn on the job and make changes and amendments if necessary. But as it turned out, that wasn't necessary, and it just went really well.
Wicked.
Hollywood 6.